Africa. We have that again here on the Guardian newspaper. Jet AI crisis deepens as airlines warn of imminent shutdown. Then finally, from the front page of the Guardian newspaper, Zenith expands West Africa's presence with Cote d'Ivoire subsidiary. You can find that on page 23 of the Guardian newspaper. Moving on to Daily Trust. Who is there? Core members' final words. Many children abducted in Kogi, Kaduna. That's on page 5. Suspected meningitis outbreak kills many in Sokoto. Jet A1 one-way flights may eat 500,000 naira. Benga Ashim urges Labour to be active in saving Nigeria's democracy. Yilwata governors, others campaign for Ibanji in Ekiti. Makinde's advisory council screens governorship aspirants. Sanwo-Olu, Amzat best to take over. And also we have a press statement from the front page of The Nation that says offer robbery. The false claims by a desperate drowning governor. How Nigeria can unlock $74 billion livestock economy. This is from Maya. 50 killed in Adamawa, Benue, Plateau. 23 pupils abducted in Kogi. Paper mills collapse. Nigeria loses 674 billion naira annually to foreign producers. And finally, bandits abduct 24 pupils, wives of proprietor in Kogi orphanage, with riders saying 15 pupils rescued government. And from the principal, has student escaped not rescued. You can find that on page 4 of Nigerian Tribune. Yes, now we'll be moving on to the story starting with the Punch newspaper. And do not forget that the studio lines will be open shortly so that you can call in and react to any of the stories that catches your attention. So now I have the story that says coup plots, court orders speedy trial, tribunal resumes May. The Federal High Court in Abuja on Monday ordered an accelerated hearing in the trial of 6 suspects accused of plotting to overthrow President Bola Tinubu's administration. A parallel court-martial proceedings involving 7 military officers linked to the alleged plot are also set to resume on May 8th. And the development was contained in a statement shared on Monday indicating that Justice Joyce Abdulmalik invoked a speedy trial procedure and fixed April 29, April 30, May 4, and May 5 for the commencement of the trial and hearing of bail applications. And those standing trial are Mohammed Ibrahim Ghana, a retired Major General, Erasmus Ochiagobia Victor, a retired Navy Captain, Ahmed Ibrahim, a police inspector, and Zakari Umaru, an electrician at the presidential villa. And this from South Africa. Federal government demands protection after two Nigerians killed. A fresh xenophobic violence in South Africa has claimed the lives of two Nigerians, triggering fear and panic within the diaspora community and prompting urgent diplomatic engagement by the federal government. The development comes as Nigerians living in South Africa demanded protection by the federal government, saying that protecting Nigerians abroad is both a constitutional and moral obligation of the government. The Nigerian Consulate General in Johannesburg confirmed that Amaramiro Emmanuel and Ekpayong Andrew were killed in separate incidents linked to rising anti-foreigner tensions. The Consul General Ninikawa Oke Uche disclosed in a statement on Monday that Emmanuel died from injuries allegedly sustained after being beaten by personnel of the South African National Defense Force on April 20. APC risks internal crisis as governors hijack nomination forms. As the All Progressive Congress (APC) begin its march towards 2027, a clash over access to nomination forms has been exposed a deeper battle for control, with governors and aspirants locked in a contest that risks triggering a damaged internal rupture. And some aggrieved aspirants yesterday raised the alarm that state governors in the party have hijacked the distribution of expression of interest and nomination forms meant for the state, with a view to allocating them to preferred candidates. They also called on President Bola Tinubu to intervene by calling the governors to order. The development came to the fore when the presidential aspirant Chief Osifo Stanley declared in Abuja that he had been unable to obtain the party's nomination form after making repeated efforts since last weekend. And according to him, attempt to reach party officials and secure the necessary payment details proved abortive. Boko Haram kills 29 in Adamawa. The terrorists have killed at least 29 people in their attack on Sabon Gari village in Guyako district, Gombe local government area of Adamawa state. The residents, Nimfas Bala, said that the attack occurred on Sunday evening around 5 p.m. when many villagers had gathered to watch a local football competition. He said the attackers stormed the area, shooting sporadically and causing panic as players and spectators fled in different directions. He said the assailants split into two groups and surrounded the community, shooting residents on sight. He further said that the attackers, who arrived on motorcycles, burnt 42 motorcycles belonging to players and spectators at the football field. Several provision shops were also looted, with food and other food items carted away. He also added, And Bala said the insurgents were later sighted moving towards the Sambisa forest axis with looted items. Governor Amadu Umaru Fintiri, who visited the affected communities on Monday, confirmed the death toll and described the attack as tragic and unacceptable. He also extended condolences to the bereaved families and assured residents of renewed collaboration with security agencies to prevent a recurrence. Makinde's Advisory Council screens governorship aspirant. The Oyo State Governor Advisory Council has completed the screening and stakeholder engagement exercise ordered by Governor Sheyi Makinde. The exercise, led by the council chairman, Chief Bolaji Ayanride San, involved interaction with aspirants seeking to contest the state's top job. And according to the statement from the council, the initiative was designed to ensure a level playing field while assessing the readiness and capacity of potential candidates. Ayanride said the council had concluded its engagement with the aspirant and submitted a detailed report to the governor, describing the outcome as both revealing and reassuring. He also said several of the aspirants demonstrated strong competence and a deep understanding of governance, adding that the quality of those seeking to succeed the current administration reflected positively on the state's political future. Senator Ireti Kingibe reacts to killings of NYSC member by soldiers. Senator Ireti Iba Kingibe, senator representing the Federal Capital Territory, has expressed deep sorrow over the death of a National Youth Service Corps member, Abdul Samad Jamil, allegedly by soldiers of the Nigerian Army. It was gathered that the unfortunate incident occurred when troops of the Guards Brigade Quick Response Group on routine night patrol responded to a distress call following an armed robbery attack in the area. Reacting via a statement issued on Monday, Kingiwe expressed deep sorrow over the tragic incident, saying she is deeply saddened and heartbroken by the tragic death of Abdusamad Jamil, a young Nigerian who lost his life in an unfortunate incident involving personnel of the Nigerian Army. This painful loss is a stark reminder of fragility of life and urgent need for heightened caution and professionalism in all security operations. While the preliminary report indicates that this was an accidental shooting, the consequences are devastating and irreversible. Now it's time to hear from you. If you'd like to react to any of the stories this morning, you can call the numbers 07048 001 015, 07048 or you can call the number 08022 08022102163. You can call me on any of those numbers if you'd like to react to any story that catches your attention this morning. Ibadan Declaration, opposition standing on sinking ground, presidency. The presidency has said that opposition political parties are standing on a sinking ground, while President Bola Tinubu is standing solidly on the rock of competence. Special advisor to President Tinubu on media and public communication, Sunday Dari, stated this on Sunday in an interview. The presidential spokesman, who was reacting to the Ibadan declaration by opposition to field one presidential candidate, described the summit as a collection of recycled politicians. He said there are people who have been ministers, governors, and political actors for years, stressing that a closer look at their recent performances, whether in executive or legislative roles, there is little evidence to fresh thinking. And according to him, the individuals have nothing new to offer Nigerians. He said they are free to field 5, 7 presidential candidates, but said they are standing on the sinking ground. And finally, payroll. Federal government meets Sano NASU leadership Wednesday. The federal government has invited the leadership of the Senior Staff Association of Nigerian Universities and the Non-Academic Staff Union of Universities and Allied Institutions to a meeting on Wednesday, April 29, 2026, in a bid to avert the looming strike by the two university-based unions. The strike threats follow the ongoing roll on the proposed 30% pay rise for the unions announced by the Minister of Education, Dr. Tunji Alausa. Highly placed sources privy to the soon-to-be convened meeting to confirm the development in Abuja. The government has also written to the leadership of the unions and invited them to a meeting on Wednesday. And like that, we've come to an end of today's edition of the Newspaper Review here on JDN 101.5 FM, broadcasting live from the city of Ibadan. I am Hannah George, and thank you so much for being a part of today's program. Up next is Af'Oni Iroyin that comes up by 8 a.m. Keep it locked to JDN 101.5 FM and do have a great day.